20 years of history in the Super Indy tournament comes down to this night. It is a milestone event for IWC. Welcome to the IWC Post Show. My name is Joe Dombrowski, joined by Benjamin C. Steele, as we capped off 20 years of one of the most prestigious tournaments in all of independent wrestling, and it was physically the largest field we ever had. We had some real hosses in this year's field of 8. Competing to become the Super Indy champion, did we not?
We did. We absolutely did. I think first of Jake Something and Alex Hammerstone in that opening round matchup. That might be the hardest hitting Super Indy match we've ever seen.
Yeah, Hammerstone advances to the semifinal round. Cole Carter overcoming the legendary M-Dog 20 Matt Cross, who's been in and out of IWC for nearly 2 decades himself. Anthony Green overcoming Atticus Cogar in the quarterfinal round, and Bill Collier over Spencer Slade. Justin LaBar's plans thwarted there, but Collier's ankle became an issue. Atticus Cogar wasn't done yet. At least he may have thought he was done. He'd be done, but it was Jason Gorey, Remy LeVay. It was Phil Archer, and we saw a video on the screen with the Culmination logo. At first I thought these were Atticus henchmen and they were going to swear revenge on everybody, but actually what we saw was Gorey apparently taking charge, taking ownership, and excommunicating Atticus Cogar and Otis Cogar with Remy LeVay, who's been like a brother to all these men.
We have a very, very scary IWC as it stands with the Culmination right now. Gorey is back in rare form, back to himself. Phil Archer had a look on his face as if, well, it's one we've seen with Remy when Remy went through that change. It's a very scary IWC, and I wouldn't want to be around Atticus Cogar, but right now I wouldn't want to be Atticus Cogar either.
Well, a lot of non-tournament action as well that we'll get to. What about the return of Jackson Argos? Jack Pollock wanted to fight without a tag team partner. That match never even officially got underway to my knowledge, but Jackson Argos emerged, and it seems in this issue of RC trying to destroy Jack Pollock to ascend to the top of the card, one cog in that Team Store machine has yet to be heard from, and it's the loudest. Jackson Argos has been gone for upwards of 18-plus months, but made a return in a big way.
I mean, we thought at one point Argos and Pollock were going to end each other's careers, and now, in a sense, Argos saved it. We have a lot of unanswered questions there, and I don't really know who has the answers, if any.
We saw the legendary Jazz team up with the main event, victorious over Money Shot, who abandoned LSA, by the way, before the end of that matchup. Jazz, a true pioneer and trailblazer in women's professional wrestling. And the contract signing between Bulk Nasty and Andrew Palace for the IWC Championship match, it's November 6th, winner-take-all on the IWC Network and Fight TV, was crashed as if that wasn't volatile enough. Somebody came along to make things even worse and even more heightened and tense, and that was you and a 7-foot behemoth named Paxton Calloway.
7'1", by the way, 351 pounds. Why is it? Can anybody explain to me why we call this the wrestling business, but when we treat it like a business, suddenly we're the bad guys? Paxton Calloway wanted something, so he made a business decision. Capitalism says the strongest business entity survives. That is Paxton Calloway. And I'm excited for next month. I'm excited for November 6th because we're going to see Bulk Nasty. We're going to see Andrew Palace for the IWC World Heavyweight Championship. And what's going to be left when those two are done?
Is there nothing wrong with earning it rather than using your force? We'll discuss that, I guess, in the coming weeks. How about the semifinal round of Super Indy? It was Carter over Hammerstone. The count-out MLW champion has still not been pinned or submitted in nearly 3 years, but Carter, thanks to a vengeful Jake Something, Cole will advance on. Anthony Green, this was the biggest shocker to me. No disrespect to Anthony Green, but defeating Bill Collier, but it was very clear Collier came in far less than 100%.
Yeah, that might be the weakest, and I hesitate to use that term. Please, Mr. Collier, do not. I'm just using that word. Might be the weakest Bill Collier we've ever seen. He still almost pulled it out. That's a testament to who he is as a fighter and an athlete. But Anthony Green got the nod, and I would have said at that point Anthony Green had all the momentum going into the finals.
He certainly did. Anthony Green was physically better, too. Cole Carter was nursing a neck injury, and certainly his percentage of health was in doubt. But Cole Carter, at just 21 years, I believe 4 months and 17 days, is the youngest Super Indy tournament winner ever. And with a field like that, he earned every single bit of that. It was an emotional night for a man that many people have pegged as the future, but it looks like the future is rapidly becoming the present here in IWC because Cole Carter's the man, and we will see how his Super Indy title reign will measure up to the litany of legendary names that have come before him. One of those legendary names, Super Hentai, the winner of Super Indy 1 and 8, the first to two-peat, presented Cole Carter that championship center ring. What do you think?
Well, it's an awesome night for IWC, an awesome night for Cole Carter. And as we get ready to finish up the end of the year, there's a lot of guys that have a lot of momentum. Cole Carter certainly at the top of his game. Going to be interesting to see what's next for him. Hey, it's one thing to win the championship. And by the way, Bulk Nasty's going to find this out against Andrew Palace. Whoever wins that match is going to find out in December. It's one thing to win the championship, but, man, it is something entirely different to be able to retain it. Bulk Nasty has a test next month. Bulk Nasty or Andrew Palace, you're going to have a big test in December. And Cole Carter, I mean, there's a lot of guys that are going to want that shot and be in line.
We approach the most heightened, the most pivotal, the most competitive time of the IWC calendar year. Everybody wants to finish off the year right and build momentum into the new year, and that's going to start with winner take all on November 6th. But before we get to November 6th, if you want to see Super Indy 20, if you weren't there live, if you weren't watching live at home, IWCWrestling.com. It's going to be part of the library with your IWC Network subscription, or you can get the replay on Fight TV. Be a part of IWC Super Indy 20, and we'll see you November 6th, IWC Winner Take All.